Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I like? Patreon.com/inkdependence. It keeps this channel ad-free. Hello folks, welcome to Ink Dependence. I'm Mike. Today we're talking about some Lamy pens. You'll know Lamy from things like the Safari, the All-Star ballpoint, which is a weirdly good ballpoint. I like that. This one, which I want to say is one of the Edios models. This one, whose name I don't remember, all kinds of ballpoints and such. We're not talking about these today. We're talking about this pen. This is the Lamy Balloon, and the Lamy Balloon is a pen that I picked up at a pen show because it just looked different from all the other things on the table, and I didn't have one. I mean, as you can see, I have a lot of other kinds of pens and that sort of thing. I really like, gel pens a lot, and I like rollerballs okay, and I like ballpoints. So I was like, well, I'll just get one of these. And so I was like, I'll have one of these. And I told the vendor, and they said, Mike, just take one, my treat. So I didn't know what this costs because I hadn't seen one before in a store. And I looked up all sorts of pen stores. I couldn't find them online except for Jet Pens, which doesn't sell them anymore. The reviews are not great. You're not going to want to get this pen at the end of the review, I'm afraid. So, take that. Look, this is going to be me having a bad time with the pen. I did find them on the Cult Pens website, where they are $12.39 US. That's far too many dollars for this pen. So let's talk about like good stuff about it, and then I'll show you why I don't think you should buy it. I like the clip. It has the same kind of clip idea that you see in the Lamy All-Star and Safari. It's this big loop. I think that's nice and recognizable and ties a brand together. It feels like it's going to work just fine. I don't feel like I'm going to break it off, even though I've really been just messing with it. It feels like it snaps back into place where it ought to be. I don't see any gapping or anything like that, even though I've been sort of pulling on it, trying to break it off, because that would be another thing that would irritate me. But I think it's totally fine. Clip, good. Good job, clip. And sometimes you'll find a clip that's a different color from the body, and I think that's neat too, so that's good. The body itself, the barrel of the pen, is really reminiscent of the Safari and All-Star bodies here and here, so nothing bad there. This is a totally fine body for a pen. It's flat on a couple of these little sides, but it doesn't matter really. It's not gonna keep it from rolling away because of how thick the cap is. So those flat sides don't really do anything. Maybe it's uncapped. Yeah, if it's uncapped, it kind of works okay, but you can post it just fine. When you take the cap off, it's got a pretty good, release. Doesn't have a very good click though. It's pretty soft, kind of milquetoast. Don't love it. There is a little section up here which appears to seal off I'd call it a nib, but I'm going to say like the writing bit of this pen. Seems to seal it off pretty well. Right in there. I think that's pretty good. You want to do that so this doesn't dry out, because rollerballs will dry out. They use a liquid ink as opposed to like a gel or a ballpoint, which uses an oil-based kind of slurry, or a gel-based, like kind of water-based gel kind of slurry. It's different. This is like a water-based, sloshy ink. It's that kind of liquid. The grip section itself here is triangular in the same vein, again, as things like the All-Star and Safari, which is totally fine. Tells you where to put your fingers. They're not super annoying. They do make this narrower than I would prefer. I wish it was, this width instead. I think this is just a little bit narrow, but like whatever. If you like the All-Star and the Safari, you'll be okay with this triangular grip section situation. Unscrewing the barrel, you can see that this is sort of a spacer back here because the refill's not long enough to take up the whole pen, and that seems kind of weird to me. Why not just you make your own refills? Just make a refill that's the length of the pen. That seems like what you should do, but nope. They use this refill that I haven't seen in any other pens. This is the only Lamy ballpoint rather rollerball that I have, and it ain't great. This is a bad refill, and we'll talk about why here in a little bit, but it doesn't have a number on it, so I'm not sure exactly what it says 002. I don't know if that's the the name of this refill. It doesn't have anything else on there except for Lamy Germany and a B. Does it have a B somewhere? Nope. I imagine that, I guess. I thought it did. Nope. Just 002 Lamy Germany. That's all we got there. But it fits in here very nicely. There's no tip wiggle, which would be just fatal to a pen like this in my estimation. It'd be terrible. Tip wiggle when it goes tick, 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 tick while you're writing is very bad. So let's talk about the writing. And it does post. It posts just fine. It's a perfectly good length. So the body of the pen is not the problem. I even think it looks kind of good in a funky way. I like a weird looking pen like this, and that's totally cool. What I don't like is this. there's a writing sample for you. As I said, rollerballs are supposed to be a liquid ink. Do I have one here that you can kind of see the liquid? I don't know, maybe. If you're familiar with these at all, these are the Uniball Vision. They call it the Eye overseas, and that's where I got this from. But you can see the ink sloshing back and forth in here when it gets low enough. This one's kind of low, but it doesn't want to show you. I think it's actually opaque here. So, you know, the thing about these liquid ones is that they are supposed to be a nice, dense line that packs a lot of color in there. Unlike sometimes with ballpoints, you can get sort of a thready line, and it sort of might goop or something like that. The big benefit of a rollerball is that it's supposed to give you nice, clean lines without like a lot of variation or anything weird like that. But what do you see here is that this just looks horrible, and it's not just my handwriting this time. It's just all over the place. It's interesting that a lot of the darker lines and more solid lines are over here, but like Decades isn't, and this one peters out like at the end of an L. You can see it's like, no, I don't have any more ink. I don't know if it's the matter of the ink in here isn't the appropriate viscosity, or if the ball is poorly made, or if there's something wrong with the tipping. But it doesn't work very well. You end up with this weird thready stuff, and that's not what you want. What you want from a rollerball is more like this. You don't want to misspell this, but you get it. You want this like nice, dense color. Same thing from like this. This is a Schneider One Business, which is a weird rollerball, but nonetheless is a rollerball. Look at that like wide, dense line. It makes an impact. It looks real good, and that's why you get these rollerball pens, is because of that kind of performance, and not this one. So I can't recommend this pen. I think for $12.39 you should get like 6 of these instead, because they're better. Or get yourself some G2s, or I don't know, Uniball 207 pluses. Those are great. They're gel pens. Zebra Sarasas, I like those a lot. Sharpie S gels, pretty decent gel pen, really. Even the Uniball 1, which I don't really love, is a better, like, get some of these instead of one of these, because these are like $2, maybe $3 a piece. This one's $12.39. That's too many dollars. Too many dollars. Sorry, Lamy, you're not hitting it out of the park on this one. So avoid this one. I wasn't even going to do this review today. I didn't even have it written down, but I started writing with this pen because I was writing some notes. I'm like, oh, I haven't written with this balloon one in a while. And it reminded me that I really don't like it. So, like, don't get this one. I'll see y'all, or you'll see me in another video. Hit that like if this was helpful and maybe saved you $12. Hit the subscribe if you want to see more videos about this kind of stuff. I will be doing that on this channel for as long as I can. Like, I've been doing this for like 10 years. Come join me. I'll see y'all, or y'all see me in the next video. Peace out.